What's up? What's up? What's up, man? This your boy Vaughn. This is Mismatch Era. Your boy Vaughn, your boy AJ, man. We got a lot to talk about. NFL playoffs going on. NBA season getting a little bit tight. Some things starting to shake out. So we're gonna talk football, man. We're gonna talk a little bit of basketball. We're gonna get it going, man. Got a lot to talk about. It's Mismatch Era.
Yeah, we have lots to talk about.
Yeah, man. So we got a lot to talk about, man. AJ, man, I'm gonna start it off real quick because I know you got a lot to get off your chest. My boy been real AJ Nostradamus lately around here. But we're gonna talk a little bit about the Cowboys and Browns once again failing in the
Mhm.
playoffs. We're gonna talk about these young QBs, and we're gonna talk about Detroit finally getting that monkey off their back, and the Lakers and Warriors continuing to fall in the standings, and our head coaching vacancies that are available in the NFL. A lot of change on the way. But first, I wanted to get your predictions on tonight concerning the Bills and the Steelers, who play in like 45 minutes actually, and
Mhm.
then our Eagles that are reeling right now against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are a little bit hampered. What's your predictions on those games, man?
So I got the Bills winning that game. I don't think it'll be that close unless Josh Allen makes it that close. But I do think the Bills should easily win that game, especially at home. I don't really believe in Mason Rudolph, no TJ Watt. So that's a game like the Bills have to win. Sean McDermott's job is on the line if they lose that particular game. For the next game, I got the Eagles. I do think they will overcome everything that's happened, like with the injuries and the whole drama stuff. Win or lose, I don't think Nick Sirianni should be fired either. Um, he did take them to the Super Bowl last year, so it's like you gotta give him at least one more year. But I do got the Eagles winning that game. Baker gonna be Baker, so
Oh, okay, okay. I mean, I do agree. You said as long as Josh Allen doesn't Josh Allen, and that's just the
yeah.
problem, bro. I just think he's a turnover machine. I think a lot of these games, regardless of the talent that you have on the football field, I think that a lot of these games come down to coaching as well.
Mhm.
Um, and in my opinion, Mike Tomlin is the best coach in the damn league. That's what I feel like. I feel like if the Steelers can keep this game close, run the ball, they can win this game. And I hate to say it, but I'm calling upset alert. I'm calling upset alert, and I'm calling Pittsburgh to pull it
It's-
off and win this game. Um, just make it a little bit, put that doubt in their head. Kind of like in the Cowboys games, turn the ball, make them turn the ball over a little bit.
Mhm.
You get Stephon Diggs, and you get Josh Allen yapping at each other a little bit. You can create a little bit of turmoil, and you can take this lead and never look back. In
Yep.
terms of Philly versus Tampa Bay, this is a hard one to call, man, because Philly is without AJ Brown. And honestly, I feel like if you can stop the run in this one, and you bracket um, fuck, Devontae
Smith.
Smith, yeah, you bracket Devontae Smith, and you stop the run in this one. Uh, I don't know, man. It seems like when teams, get hot in the NFL, they get hot, and when teams get cold and they start reeling, they
Mhm.
just keep reeling. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? So we'll
that's
see what that
definitely
looks
true.
like tonight. I got them to pull a win out. I got Philly to win and get over the hump, but I would not be surprised if Tampa Bay walked out winning this game.
Yeah, nah, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. They are at home, so the Buccaneers definitely got a chance. against the worst secondary in the league. So it could be, the Eagles are ranked number 3. Yeah, so it's like they can win if Baker doesn't.
How healthy is Baker? It depends on how healthy he is.
I know
he had the ribs.
Yeah, the ribs and the ankle, but they say he's cleared to play. So we'll see how that goes for the Eagles fans.
Woo! If that secondary don't show up tonight, man, it's gonna be a long night. Long night. That'll be the Eagles. That'll be the Cowboys. Both eliminated.
Because I don't really consider the Browns an upset because they are down to a 5th string, and they did sign what's the name off the couch. So I wouldn't say it's an upset. They should have won, but I wouldn't say it's a major upset like the other two. The Cowboys game and the.
I'm just surprised at the way that they've been the way that some of these teams have been losing. It's very rare that in the playoffs you see these 45, close to 50-point games put on people's heads. So that's the number 1 defense in the league. So regardless of the quarterback, I wasn't expecting CJ Stroud to light them up like that. But speaking of the Browns and the Texans, let's move on to the Browns and the Texans. How impressed were you with this Texans team and most importantly, CJ Stroud?
I was highly impressed. Everyone knows Tank Dell. That's my guy.
Same.
I did pick him to win Rookie of the Year. I did not know CJ Stroud was gonna do that, so that was gonna happen. But I wasn't too shocked. He's really good. They got their quarterback for the future. AFC South is going to be very competitive. I'll go as far as to say I think he's better than Trevor Lawrence.
Easily. I think Will Levis is better than Trevor Lawrence. He might be the worst quarterback in the division soon.
Yeah, but that's another story for another day. But I wasn't too surprised that they won. I was surprised about how they did it. Nico Collins burning corners, Birdman burning corners. There were just a lot of I won't even say busted coverages. They were just getting beat. Denzel Ward was getting beat. So it's I'm not too surprised. D'Amico Ryan on the defensive end, we already know he's the defensive mind, so he's a good coach. That was a great hire.
Yeah, sure.
The Browns, I wouldn't hang my head too much on that loss. But I will say the pressure is on Deshaun Watson now. He has the most pressure of any quarterback next year because they have a defense. And I will say I think if Deshaun was playing, they would have won. But he wasn't. So shout out to CJ Stroud, first year.
Yeah. I'm very impressed with the Texans. As you know, I'm a Titans fan, so that's the team that's in my division. Coming into the year, I expected them to be good. I expected the entire division to be good, honestly, to be decent. And when I say decent, I mean everybody winning over 5 games. I expected the division to be that way, and it did shake out that way. But I didn't expect the Texans to be the number 1 team in the division. If I was telling you that, if I said that, I would be lying. I did not expect that. I really like Tank Dell. I actually wanted the Titans to draft Tank Dell. I actually wanted the Titans to draft CJ Stroud, to move up and draft CJ Stroud. So it shook out how it shook out. I'm happy with my quarterback. I'm happy to see CJ Stroud and Tank Dell excelling the way they are. Hopefully Tank can get well coming up here soon. But Nico Collins has been extremely impressive. Noah Brown, who they signed from the Cowboys, has been extremely impressive. And that offense has looked great. Bobby Slowick has been doing an amazing job. He's actually number 1 or 2 on my list when it comes to head coaches that I want Tennessee to grab up this offseason. So, yeah, man, I'm excited to continue to watch this team. I'm actually hoping that the Steelers do win tonight. Because I do not want to see. I don't want to see Lamar versus CJ Stroud this early. I would love to see that in the championship. Right? Yes, because I believe whoever plays the Kansas City Chiefs are going to beat them. Because I don't know how. That's a even more upsetting loss. Let's move on to that. The loss of Miami. They just it was actually that game that they played against us, like week 17 or 16.
When they fold,
they gave up a 14-point lead in like 3 minutes, and since then, like, they haven't been the same. But to lose to that Chiefs team, I just lose in that fashion.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the weather probably played a huge part. I don't think Tua sucks, but he's probably not. I don't know. They're in a weird spot because it's like Tua don't suck, but it's like you could upgrade that quarterback. Yeah, but they get for me, the Dolphins get the injury excuse because they were missing 8 defensive starters, and
Chubb
I think
Phillips.
And they said both of them combined for like 30 sacks. So that's a huge that's gonna hurt a lot on the defensive end. Xavier Howard didn't play. They missed a lot of guys. Their 2 starting linebackers were out, so it's like, I mean, the Chiefs should have did what they did.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the Chiefs that we were expecting all year, but we haven't really gotten them. And we know this is what the Chiefs do. It's kind of like LeBron or Steph in the playoffs. Like, it's just don't matter how they get there. When they get there, you need to be worried. You need to be worried of who you playing. You know what I mean? That's how Patrick Mahomes is. It's just like, no matter how he get there, when he get there, he can go all the way. He might not win it all, but he can go all the way to the big games.
Yeah, if you have Mahomes, you got a chance.
Exactly. Okay, so we're gonna save our best game for last. How about that? We're gonna say the Cowboys for last. Detroit yesterday playing against the LA Rams, which was probably the best game of the weekend.
Agreed.
It was probably the best game of the weekend, but Detroit breaking a 32-year drought and winning their first playoff game. Amazing job for them, man. These last 3 years, the rebuild that they put in place, the free agents that they put in, just an amazing job head to toe. But great game by them. But realistically, how far do you think Detroit can go in the playoffs realistically?
Seeing how they'll play the winner of I think the Lions will beat the winner of the Buccaneers Eagles. I don't really there will be a Lions versus 49ers NFC. Well, Jordan Love's my guy, so there could be a Lions. And more than likely, it'll probably be a 49ers versus Lions NFC Championship game. Can the Lions beat the 49ers? It depends. They cannot play from behind. But I do think the Lions will make the NFC Championship game.
Once again, man, the offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson, who is probably number one on my list. Yeah, he's probably number one on my list and everybody else's list.
Yeah.
The different run schemes that he puts together, the different play action passes, the route combinations, man, like, this just looks like a well-oiled machine, bro. Like, we had Josh Reynolds on the Titans, and he wasn't doing nothing. And now he in Detroit. And now he in Detroit, and he looks like a formidable number 2 or 3 receiver. And it's just it's amazing what he's doing with that talent over there. The 1-2 punch with Gibbs and Montgomery looks great. Goff is making the right decisions. I think you're right. I think if they are going to play the winner of the Buccaneers and Eagles, I think they for sure will be in the NFC Championship. We're going to talk about that 49ers thing when we talk about our last subject. But you're a DMV native, mostly Maryland. But we talked about Ben Johnson, and the Commanders are looking for a coach. Is that who you would probably want to bring in there as a coach? What's your thoughts? Because you are a Maryland native, I'm a Virginia native. What's your thoughts on neither one of our team, but they are the hometown team, so to speak. What's your thoughts on the Commanders, man?
Barely. The Ravens are the home team. But that other team across the bridge, um, it should be Ben Johnson. If it's not going to be Ben Johnson, I'll hire Mike Vrabel, whatever his name is. Like I don't think he did a bad job. Yeah, the former, y'all former coach. One of those two options. I'm not hiring Eric Bieniemy. I mean, he's like everyone like was making a big deal that he didn't get no head coaching job and stuff like that. But I don't think. Magic Johnson is going like he's going for a big hire. Magic Johnson not know like I'm gonna settle for a young rookie like Ben Johnson or Mike Vrabel. Those are the only two I would consider.
What about
maybe Bill
the guy from
Belichick?
Michigan? What about the guy from Michigan,
Jim Harbaugh? I don't think he's gonna go there. I think Jim. It depends. If Washington drafts Caleb Williams, then that might be something to watch out for. Because Jim Harbaugh ain't going nowhere where the quarterback not established. So the whole Raiders thing, I don't think he's going to coach the Raiders.
Yeah.
Especially when players are threatening to request a trade if they don't hire the boy.
Antonio Pierce, who we interviewed. We interviewed him this weekend as well. Too. Yeah.
So I think the Raiders will hire him though.
Yeah, I think so too. They have to go through the process. It's not like the Patriots situation. The Patriots had like writing in their contracts to where they didn't have to go through the process. But typically, when you're going to hire a new coach, regardless of if you know who the coach is going to be, you have to satisfy the Rooney rules. You got to interview. You got to interview a certain amount of candidates. A certain amount of those candidates got to be black or brown. And you know what I mean. So it's a lot that you got to go through. But
so they're hiring. A lot of people probably interview Antonio Pierce just for that Rooney rule you said.
Oh yeah, for sure, and because like what he did with that team down the stretch was pretty.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Like
they looked out of sorts before he became the head coach. Like they looked like they didn't look like they were falling apart.
Yeah, but bro, not the future. They gonna need a quarterback eventually. Of course. On Aiden. I don't know his last name, but yeah, Aiden.
Aiden McConnell.
But yeah, the Commanders, bro, they have a chance to do something really funny or do something, make a smart decision. Because nobody else should be drafted besides Caleb Williams. You got the number 2 pick. Sam Howell is not it.
Yeah, you got to do whatever honestly, man, you got to do whatever it takes to trade up to that number 1 pick.
You think if you don't,
I think. See, that's the thing, bro. I think the Bears are gonna take him. Damn. But if they're not gonna take him, like Washington has to give them an offer they can't refuse. Like you might have to come up off of Terry McLaurin and the first round pick. Like you got to give them an offer they can't refuse. Because if I could get Terry McLaurin, Marvin Harrison Jr., and DJ Moore with Justin Fields, that might move me off of Caleb. But like other than that, I'm not moving up off of Caleb, and I'm not giving Fields another. I'm not giving Fields another go round. If Caleb is on the board, I'm taking you're number 1, and Caleb is on the board. Obviously, depends on how the workouts go. Depends on because you never know. Like this guy is number 1. He's supposed to be generational. But then he can go through the interview process. He can show up drunk. He can do something. You know what I mean? Like he can do something wild, and then now this whole draft is completely changed.
That is true.
Yeah, but if none of that happens, foreseeing nothing bad happening, if I'm Chicago, I'm taking them. Taking them.
I don't know Washington coming off Terry. They're not coming up off Terry. I don't think they ain't gonna trade Terry.
If you have a chance to get your quarterback, man, you gotta, especially if you're gonna be rebuilding and try to get younger, bro. Like, because they already traded away their D line, and they traded away their D line.
Yeah, that was dumb.
And they got good receivers. Like they have good receivers, and this is the deepest receiver class in a long time.
Yeah, that is true. So they could.
And that's my feelings about the Bears, because they said the Bears want Marvin Harrison Jr. If they're not going to take Caleb, they want Marvin Harrison Jr. and they're going to try to move down. But I don't think that's worth it in this draft. Like I love Marvin Harrison Jr. and I think he's going to be good. but people might be boosting like just a little bit. Like
For Marvin Harrison?
Yeah, I think he's gonna be really good, and I think
He'll be
he's gonna
good.
be.
He'll be all right.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's gonna be that much better than the rest of the receivers in this class that you trading up to get him, or you moving out of number one and passing on Caleb Williams to get him. I really don't see that. But for the Commanders, you should be doing everything you can do to. It depends though. They might like Drake May more. They might like Jaden Daniels more. Like they might like one of those two guys. It depends on who you hire as your coach, in my opinion.
Pretty much.
If you hire an offensive genius, they're gonna want Jaden Daniels probably. Because of the ability that he has, they're probably gonna want Jaden Daniels. But if you hire Mike Vrabel, Jim Harbaugh, any of those guys, Bill Belichick, like Drake May's gonna get drafted. Probably.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah, for sure.
They're not even
those type of quarterbacks they like.
Yeah, they're not even gonna like Caleb Williams' attitude or his diva thing he got going on. No. I can see that happening. But that's the way you fix it. You get a quarterback and then you go from there. I think you draft the offensive head coach too. Like,
offensive mind for sure.
Yeah, they're very similar to the Titans and where like they've kind of been, other than this year, I feel like they've kind of been behind the 8 ball as well in terms of like playing a very physical smash mouth style. Mm-hmm. That just doesn't really translate when you need the big wins. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not to me. So they need to make that decision too. And last but not least, man. I'm gonna be honest, man. I have a lot of Cowboys fans in my family. I have a lot of Packers fans in my circle. So I didn't really care who won this game. I think both fan bases talk a lot of shit. And both fan bases are a little delusional when it comes to their team. But I did not expect the game to go how, like, the game was over
at halftime. No, wait.
At halftime. They had a chance. They had a chance to come out at halftime and cut it to 14. But once they went,
they scored again. The Packers scored again. That's what happened, right?
Yeah. Once they went 3 and out and the Packers scored again, I was like, yeah, this is over. Like, it was over early, man. And I'm gonna let you take it away because I know you can't stand the Cowboys fans, and you predicted this, not even just from a I can't stand the Cowboys perspective, but just from a analyzing the game and understanding history perspective. You predicted this. But I'm not gonna lie, even as a person who not really a Cowboys fan, I was hurt last night watching it. I'm not gonna lie, that don't hurt my feelings.
Hey.
But go ahead, man. Take it away.
Man, where do I begin? All right, where are we gonna start off? We're gonna start off with Jordan Love. You would have thought Aaron Rodgers was out there throwing that ball because my God, he was cooking them bad. I don't know if it was busted coverage. I don't know if the corners are just getting cooked. I think 2 of them touchdowns, they were wide open. Like,
no. 1 second. That's true, but a lot of those throws, bro,
he was flicking his wrist. Like,
he was getting hit, turning his shoulder, side arming. Oh my God.
I said, bro, Jordan Love, like, I'm familiar with your game, but this is like different. Like, this
is what they seen coming out of you. Because if you go back and watch the Utah State tape, he was like that. Yeah, but he hasn't been like that so far in the league. But this is what they envision. But
that's what happens when you sit behind. Like, it's okay to sit behind a quarterback for a couple of years. Like, Aaron Rodgers, he was out there looking like Aaron Rodgers. But let's start with that. Shout out to Jordan Love, man. Like I said, my favorite young QB, first year starter. That was great what he did. Made history. Packers also the youngest team in the NFL to win a divisional game.
Wow.
So they clearly have a bright future. All right, now let's get into the Cowboys. Is it 100% on Dak? No. It is 50-50. It is Dak and the defense. I don't think it had anything to do with play calling on offense. Offensive play calling had nothing to do with that. I don't know what was going on with Dak and CD, but I don't know. They had some type of beef or something. When Dak threw that pick six, it was a forced pass to CD because CD was crying all game. They was sunning CD, broke him in half. I don't know where my broken disc at, but I had it. But they broke CD. All that. The score will tell a different story, but no. If anyone who watched that game, he got locked up. He was crying. Jair was sunning him, pushing him after the play. Like, what you gonna do? He picked him off. He picked Brandon Cooks off, took it right out his hands. But I told y'all, man. I sat here and said, look, bro, they have not beat any of the elite teams for real. Like, if you really think about it, they have not beat any of the elite teams. I said, this is gonna happen. They're gonna sit there and play the Packers, who, if they lose, nobody's gonna care. Like, they're the youngest team in the league. Like, they weren't even supposed to make the playoffs. Versus the Cowboys, where Jerry wants a Super Bowl. They know they need to win a Super Bowl, and it's like, bro, your palms are sweaty all game. Like, you have to win. Like, that's the most dangerous thing in the playoffs. That's one of the reasons I picked the Packers to win, because it's like you're playing a team that has absolutely nothing to lose. Nobody's getting fired. Nobody's losing their job. Nothing's gonna happen. And they went out there and they couldn't stop them. Micah Parsons was nowhere to be found. The secondary was nowhere to be found. Bro, they were getting cooked by 2-year and 3-year receivers.
Rookies.
Rookies, bro.
Dontavius Wicks is a rookie, right?
Bro, and I bet you half of the world don't even know who he is. Half of the world don't even know who Dontavius Wicks is.
I only know because he went to UVA.
But, yeah. VA residents do, but
yeah. And what's the guy? Reed from Michigan State, I think.
Yeah, he never had no catches. He had 0 catches, bro. Reed had 0 catches, and they still fried them. They got fried, cooked, baked.
So is Romeo Dobbs the 3rd-year receiver?
Yeah, Christian Watson's the second
year.
And then
Musgrave is a rookie.
Yeah, Musgrave is a rookie, and what's
Kraft the rookie? Kraft the
rookie. Or no, I think it's his 2nd year. One of them. He's a rookie or 2nd year.
There's
no veterans on the team. Aaron Jones is the veteran, and he's in his late 20s.
Jesus, that's going. We're gonna talk about that a little later. Why that excites me, is gonna be concerning my team. But that is impressive, dog. Like,
it is,
that's
bro.
That's impressive shit. But I
got fried. Like, they got put in the oven and left on broil. They got cooked.
It was like in the second half, bro. A couple of those were just ridiculous. Like, they left guys. There was nobody. There's one shot of the tight end. I don't know if it's Musgrave or Kraft. I think it's Musgrave, where he catches the ball and, like, there's a still shot of him, and there's nobody around him. I mean, 10 yards that way, 10 yards this way, 15 yards way up and down. Nobody was near him. But I will say, I'm not blaming the defense, because that defense gave up 13 points in the first half, and Dak gave up 14 points by himself from interceptions. And I know that, they're going to say, oh, he really only gave up 7. But that other interception he threw put them right in the red zone.
Right in the red zone, yeah.
Against a team that can't really stop the run well. It's a free touchdown. I think that defense played really well in the first half, despite the score. The score was very misleading because they were down, 21 or 20-7? Whatever the case may be, something like that.
It was 27.
27
at halftime, yeah. And then they came down and scored, which made it like 27-14. But the game was over when the Packers answered back with a touchdown too. And he missed the field goal. He missed the PAT because that joint hit he scored and he missed that joint. So it was like, yeah.
Yeah, so that score going into halftime, if Dak would have just did his job. See, that's the thing, man. Cam Newton came out and he told you exactly who Dak was. He told you Dak was a game manager, and the best way for Dak to be successful would be to view himself as a game manager. But y'all Cowboys fans and media, y'all wanted to clap back and say, well, Dak has the most big time throws, some weird ass stat that they got out there, big time throws in the league. Bro, he is a game manager. With that defense, if you don't make mistakes and you don't do stupid shit like take that sack on that first drive they had when they could have had 3 points, you go into halftime and it's 13-10. It's a completely different ball game. But you took that sack and you took yourselves out of field goal range, and then you turned around and threw 2 interceptions. The one that he threw to Zaire Alexander was the worst throw. Like, if you're going to throw that ball and that defender is that
worse
close,
than the Darnell one? That pick six was bad.
I think so. No. I think the other one was worse because the route was there, and based on where he threw the ball, everybody knows if the defender is behind the receiver on a slant like that, you throw the ball low and fast.
Yeah.
Low and fast. So they can at least dive and catch it, and the defender has no chance. He threw that motherfucker out in the space where if he don't catch it, the defender has no choice but to catch it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, people say Zaire made a good play, but in reality, bro, like, he just did his job.
Yeah, yep.
He just played the ball like he was supposed to. I don't know where they go from here. I think you fire everybody. I think you fire everybody and you bring a coach in and you get their take on where you should go next. And I think if you're, any of the Jones family or anybody involved in, general manager, front office, whoever that coach is, you bring someone in that you can trust, whether that's a Mike Vrabel, whether that's a Bill Belichick. Bring somebody in like that, even a Jim Harbaugh. Bring somebody in with good eyes who have done something successful in this league before and see where you should go from there because, yeah, man, I'm tired of the Cowboys, and I'm not even a Cowboys fan. Like, simple as that. But in terms of there are 8 head coaching vacancies. I believe the Chargers, the Commanders, the Titans, the Raiders. Well, I think there's 7 now because the Patriots have their coach.
Oh yeah, Garrett, Gerard.
The Panthers. Who else? Who else am I missing? I don't know who else I'm missing. I said the Commanders, the Titans, the Chargers, the Raiders, the Falcons, the Panthers. Who else? Who's that 17? Whoever they are, they're in trouble because I can't even remember who it is. Whoever they are, they're in trouble because I can't even remember who it is. I'm gonna look it up real quick just so we know. NFL coaching. Maybe I was tripping. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, maybe that's it. I'm trying
maybe
to
that's
see.
it. Maybe I was tripping. Yeah, maybe that's it. If I did forget somebody, I'm sorry. If you're a fan and you're watching this and I forgot you, my bad. You know what I mean? But in terms of the head coaching vacancies, can you tell me which one you would like to do? Which one would you choose? And which one would you not choose?
I would choose it's the Titans, the Chargers, the
Commanders.
I would probably
Raiders.
Nah, not the Raiders. I'm also trying to think about my pockets. True. As a coach, them taxes, Uncle Sam ain't cheap. Like, nah, but personnel wise, probably the Chargers, I guess.
The Chargers?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say that one too. You got your quarterback, you got your receivers, you got a pretty decent defense. I really don't know what the Chargers' problem is. I really don't know what
they have the talent. It's just I know they've been hurt a couple years, but still. They shouldn't be that bad.
Maybe need a better O line, maybe.
Yeah, that too. Maybe a couple things. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Justin Herbert, but he doesn't suck. So it's like, yeah, probably the Chargers. If the Bears job was open, I would take the Bears job.
Okay. So we both agree on the Chargers. But in terms of those vacancies, a lot of good coaches out there. We're gonna see a lot of good teams turn their seasons around.
Yep.
And
Who wouldn't that take? I'm trying to think, what job wouldn't I take? I would not take that.
Panthers. I would not take the Panthers.
Nah.
It's just because of the owner. I just wouldn't take it.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, outside the owner, I think the Panthers is like, because, bro, their defense. They had the number one passing defense, apparently, by yards. But Bryce Young don't suck. It's just the CJ Stroud stuff is making it seem like, yeah, he gonna be all right.
He's gonna be all right. They just need more talent around them, a better offensive coach. Whoever I will hire, they will have to be an offensive coach.
Yeah,
I have to be an offensive coach. They have the talent there, but that front office and those coaches, man. I mean that those owners, I just can't. Not with Carolina, but once again, they're not too far away from me. So I'm hoping that they're good, the Commanders and the Panthers, because then I'll have fun games to go to. You know, so I wouldn't have to always go to Baltimore to catch a good game. But
you're gonna catch a good game around here.
Unfortunately, bro. But other than that, man, we're gonna spend a little bit of time on the NBA. Yeah. For the first time in a while, man, you have the Lakers and LeBron James and Steph Curry and the Warriors at the bottom of the standings. Where do either one of those teams go from here? And do you think it's time for both of them to kind of cut their losses?
For the Warriors, they're gonna have to make a decision. They're bold enough to actually trade. I do think they'll trade Wiggins. For who, I don't know. The Siakam trade, I do think the only reason that has not happened is because they don't know if Kuminga and RJ Barrett and Scotty Barnes can all play together, because they're kind of almost – they're not the same player, but they're kind of identical slashers, athletic wings and stuff like that. So that's the only reason they don't have Siakam now. So they can trade for Siakam. If they're going to trade Klay, they're going to have to make it worth it. I do think Klay carries value. He's not a scrub. Like, nobody on their right mind is leaving Klay open. So I wouldn't leave Klay open. Like, for 3, no, I'm not leaving Klay open.
I'm not leaving him open, but you're saying not a scrub?
No, he's not a scrub. I mean,
I'm a Grizzlies fan, so you know I hate the Warriors. I'm a Grizzlies.
Oh yeah, I think I played on the day.
Yeah, we do. Well, what's left of us?
Yeah.
What's left of the Grizzlies? We play them today.
That's some crazy. There's misery bug going around.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Warriors just need to be patient and relax. Like, just relax.
It's Steve Kerr.
Steve Kerr need to get the young guys out of there, because obviously Steve Kerr is not a fan of them.
Yeah, he not.
So just get them out of there. Go get some players. It don't matter really who you get, honestly. I don't think the Warriors' problem is ever talent or things like that. It's always just like bad vibes. Like, so whatever the bad vibes are, man, like, get them out of there and see what you can do.
You know what's really impressive? They really found a way to ruin their whole young core. Like,
oh yeah, that's very true.
Like, we were all talking about Poole, Kuminga, Moody, Wiseman going to be the future of the Warriors and stuff like that. Moody don't play. Wiseman is on
Detroit
Pistons. He don't play. Kuminga don't trust Steve Kerr, and we understand why. And then Poole.
I don't know what happened to Poole. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Poole. Yeah. It's like his ability left when he got punched. I don't know what happened, dog. But you're 100% correct. And I think the problem with the Lakers is, man, like, the AD
we know
LeBron,
what they need to do.
The AD LeBron, the AD LeBron thing doesn't work. And this is not a hot take, bro, but everybody acts like it's a hot take. You need to trade one of them. Because
Yeah,
you can't have two. Because AD is fairly young, but like he's an old man too, bro. Like you can't have
80,
two old men.
35 by injuries.
Exactly. Like they need to get dude up out of here or get LeBron up out of there, and it ain't gonna be LeBron. So you might as well trade AD while his value is at its highest and bring the right people in.
Why can't it be Bron?
It's just I ain't saying it can't be Bron. I'm just saying it's not gonna be Bron. The super because
Should
when it comes to
should be.
LA, Bron sell the tickets. Let's be honest. So if you were gonna get rid of one of them, and Bron is more consistent than AD. If you're going to trade one of them, to me it would be AD.
Tickets pretty cheap the way they playing.
Them tickets ain't gonna never be cheap, my boy.
cheap at LA standard.
Yeah, but I just think LA does this thing where they play themselves into purgatory because they scared to do what everybody knows they need to do.
Man,
You know,
all I would say is that I was told they won the off season. I laughed. I said, okay.
It looked like they did.
It looked like they did. And I was told Austin Reeves was part of the big three. I said, okay.
I was told Austin Reeves was better than Desmond Bain. It's like, okay.
Yeah, so there's just a lot of question marks. Yeah, like you said, I agree with you. They do need to trade Bron and AD and just start the rebuild now. Because at this rate, trading what is it? DeJounte Murray and D'Angelo Russell are practically the same player. DeJounte is probably better and a better defender. But if you look at their style of play and how DeJounte plays in Atlanta, it's going to be the same, and he's not going to move the needle. As far as Zach LaVine, I mean, you can get Zach LaVine, but that's not going to move the needle. He's just going to be another scorer and stuff like that. So, and they're talking about trading for Clint. If you trade for Clint going to sit in the paint all game, and what is AD going to do? AD's going to post up in the paint. So, like, none of these trades are making sense.
I think they make them marginally better.
Yeah, I mean they make them better, but do they make them contenders? That's the question. Does it make them contenders?
Depends on how you, and that largely depends on how you view them now. Because I mean, with LeBron and AD, like I feel like you're always contenders. So are you viewing them kind of like the Warriors? Like they're always contenders, but depends on how you view them. I view them as they're contenders, but they can't figure it out how to put it together right now. So if you go and get a DeJounte Murray and Clint Capella and you bring them in, that might change the dynamic. But like you said, I don't know if that. I'll say this, bro. I don't think any of these teams in the NBA right now are elite. The team that has the chance to be elite, the two teams that have the chance to be elite, in my opinion, are both in the Eastern Conference. And that's the Milwaukee Bucks and the Boston Celtics. Everybody else, really, it's up for grabs, bro. Like if you can make the right trade right now, you put Siakam on any other Western Conference team. I can say he makes them a championship team. You put him. Yeah,
it depends. I don't know. It depends.
I think any top team.
I saw the Mavericks. If you go to the Mavericks, I wouldn't say like they. I would have to see it. I would need to see them play a couple games together. Because, bro, you know me. I feel like Luka turned people into spot-up shooters. And see,
but I also feel like he's another one of those where, like, you got Luka and Kyrie. Like, as long as you have the pieces around them, like, you're always technically a contender. Any of these teams with these star matchups can get hot. Like Phoenix. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? It's up for grabs, bro. It's up for grabs. But I feel like we're rambling now, man. So, this has been Mismatch Era, man. I don't know if AJ got anything he want to say before we get out of here, man.
Man, that's pretty much it. Go Ravens. It's looking like our year. Yeah. They make the AFC Championship game. I'm going. Just know that.
That's going to be at home, right?
Yep, I'm sitting right in that code, and I'm going to that game. Hopefully they don't tax, but they probably gonna tax.
I might be up there with you, so let me know what's going on with that, bro. You know, I picked the Ravens to win too. I picked them to win the Super Bowl, so I'm hoping that my prediction was right. I'm hoping I get my bread from putting it in on FanDuel, even though they shut down my account, but hopefully I still get the bread.
I want making his case to get his account back. Man. FanDuel, get my man his account back. Man.
Facts, man, facts. But man, this been fun, man. We're gonna try to do this a little bit more consistently, y'all. But this been fun, man. Mismatch Era once again. We out.
All right, catch y'all, man.